our studios are two people who are here to talk about the annual Tools for Success conference coming up on March 25th, right around the corner, as today, of course, is March 13th. I want to say welcome, first off, to Peter Jung. Peter, you are a youth program specialist for the wonderful organization called PAVE. Welcome to Cityline, Peter.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here. And with you is someone who I have known for years. Francis Renko, you are a travel trainer among many, many things for Pierce Transit, and welcome to Cityline. It's so great to see you again.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my dear. Well, let's get into this, Mr. Peter. So first off, we have a video that we're going to show of what this conference looks like from a GoPro point of view. So go ahead and roll that beautiful video while we watch.
Big news about this year's Tools for Success conference. This free, in-person conference is designed for transition-age youth, young adults, and community members with disabilities.
Peter, we're going to turn down that volume for a bit, and I want you to tell us, what is the Tools for Success conference all about as we kind of get this visual going?
Now?
Yeah, go right ahead.
So the Tools for Success conference is a free in-person event on March 25th. And really the reason it exists is there's something that happens, in middle school and high school, you see a lot of people with disabilities. They're in the lunchroom, they're in some of your classes, you see them waiting for the bus. And then when they grow into adulthood, you don't see them nearly as much. And I think one of the big reasons for that is there's something called the services cliff. Suddenly there aren't as many resources, there aren't as many tools to help them be part of the community, to find gainful employment, to do all this really important stuff for them to be connected with their community. So that's why the Tools for Success conference exists, to help them find those tools, to find what works for them, to help them find community so they can be part of the community.
Oh, beautifully said. And boy, you are right. I love that phrase that you use, the cliff of services, because that does happen. And you are bringing together a circle of support by this conference happening every year. So speaking of this year, Peter, give us a refresher again. I said it at the top, but people may not have been joining us at that point. When is the conference this year?
So the deets, it's going to be March 25th at Tacoma Community College, Building 13, although the keynote will be in Building 2. That's going to be a speaker named Larry Hill, really cool dude. And it's going to start, doors open at 8. For you to sign in, do all that stuff. Then panels start at 8:30. There will be a resource fair. The resource fair is really, really cool. I've tabled there before quite a few times. And it's just really, really neat. You can find anything you want. Well, not anything you want, but a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
And then the panels will start 8:30 and go on till around 11:10. There's lunch. And at noon, there's the keynote.
Fantastic. I mean, I usually ask our guests to put a GoPro on their head and to walk me through it. You did that like you've been doing this forever. Well done. So let's go back, because you let slip Larry Hill is the speaker. What can you tell us about Larry Hill, and why was he chosen?
Larry Hill is an individual with disabilities who has been through the whole transition program thing, and really has an amazing story of surviving and persisting and, kind of kicking butt as a person with disabilities. And, he was actually in disability advocacy. And as someone who is a disability self-advocate, I'm autistic myself, I love to see people getting into this field. I'm actually doing a panel on how to become a disability advocate. But he has since gone on to become a pyrotechnician, which is really random and cool.
Wow.
And, living the life over here, blowing up fireworks, that's really, really cool.
How do I get in on that job?
And he's going to do a keynote, so he will tell you.
Maybe he'll pass out cards for people who want to be trained in pyrotechnics. So Francis, sitting over there so calm and beautiful. Let's talk about, first off, how long has this conference been around?
It has been going since, well, I've been at 25 of them, and this year will be 26. And we usually do a session on how to ride the bus, how to be safe. And being a travel trainer, that's what we do. We teach them how to find transportation and to be safe in doing it.
And this, you say that so gently, like you're telling me a bedtime story, but what belies that is lowering barriers. And I think that for people like myself, I look at a bus go by, I read the sponsorship on the side of the bus, I say a silent atta yes for all the drivers. It's a hard job. But I rarely think about people who don't know how to ride that bus. It's not in my lexicon on an everyday basis.
Well, and most people don't think of it that way, but if you want to be able to work, you want to do shopping, be part of the community,
Yes.
you've got to have that transportation.
Absolutely.
And that's what travel trainers do. We help them learn how to do that.
Okay, so I want to ask you this other question real quick. Did you start out as a travel trainer at Pierce Transit?
I started out with the city of Tacoma.
Oh!
And so for Tacoma Transit as a customer service person,
Perfect.
and then created the travel training program we have at Pierce Transit
So
today.
you are well heeled, as we say in my family. So Peter, can anybody register to attend, and how much does it cost?
It is absolutely free. We have a website where you can do pre-registration, which we ask you to do, so we can get head count, know how much lunch to bring. A lot of classrooms do field trips, but really it's for anyone with a disability or someone who's supporting someone with a disability. You don't have to be transition age. The resource fair has all kinds of stuff. It's amazing. And also, you know, we invite just members of the public who are just interested in this field. You know, right now we need as many people to be the helpers. You know, Mr. Rogers says, you know, look for the helpers. This is a way where you can meet a lot of helpers, find them, learn how to be a helper for, you know, and find all the ways you can support people with disabilities.
You just quoted one of my favorite sayings in the world. I love you. I love you to death. Francis, let's talk about where can we get more information about Larry Hill and how to register.
You can go to the website. It's tools for the number 4 success
.org.
.org.
We've been showing it.
SuccessConference.org.
Conference.org.
There we go. We've been showing it beneath those beautiful faces the whole time. So, last question: who do we need to thank, Francis? Who do we need to thank for all this wonderful thing? Because nobody does it alone. It takes a village, and it takes eyes to understand what people need. So, who do we thank?
Well, Pierce Transit has been a real supporter of the program since the very beginning.
Okay.
And we have a lot of resources that we put into providing signs, we help set up, we teach classes. And also the community in general.
Yes.
There's so many people that volunteer and donate to the project.
I love that.
And it's wonderful success, and the kids just really enjoy it.
26 years of love. We want to say thank you so much to everybody who we could not fit on this couch. Thank you to you, Peter, for your vision, for being in the trenches and having those eyes of knowing what people need, and for you for being probably one of the best trainers that Pierce Transit has. I cannot wait for this conference. I wish you much success, and I want to see you sooner than later. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, we have much
Thank
more to
you.
come on Cityline. After a little bit of musical chairs, we'll have Delta Dental Discovers in the house. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.